Welcome everybody to our final stop in our journey for Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. We are finally here, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This has been an amazing journey for me, collabing with so many of my friends from YouTube, Zach Pope, Cody Curtis, Adam Daly, freaking Sean Chandler, Casey Cosley, Chandler Langley, Larry from LC Screen Talk, and now one of my biggest friends, the man who gave my stardom in Rotten Refresh, Ryan O'Toole. Now I haven't been able to meet up with Ryan and chat with him directly, so I'm going to leave you with his thoughts first, and then I'll go on to mine. So take it away, Ryan.
What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole here. Ren, thank you so much for inviting me on your channel to be a part of your journey to Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. I myself am on that journey to that film over on my channel, reviewing the Harry Potter movies. Ren, I'm super excited to be reviewing my favorite Harry Potter film, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Ren, thanks for having me, man. This film picks up right where Part 1 ended. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are at Bill and Flora's house after the tragic death of Dobby. That's how the film opens up. And then the film opens up with Voldemort picking up Dumbledore's Elder Wand and all that. And then the film is all about Harry, Ron, and Hermione finding the remaining Horcruxes, trying to kill Voldemort. And Voldemort's army has come to Hogwarts. Voldemort has trying to find Harry to kill him to be the most powerful wizard of all. And this film is the epic finale to the Harry Potter franchise. It's no surprise at all that Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is one of the highest grossing films of all time. $1.3 billion at the box office. This is the film that everybody saw. And my honest opinion is that this is my favorite Harry Potter film from start to finish. This film was incredible. One of the best films this decade. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is a non-stop, emotional, intense film from start to finish that had me eyes glued to the screen, emotionally resonant, and it's one of the most epic and inspiring and action-packed films I've ever seen. Right when this movie starts, you're in it. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are at Bill and Flora's house. They're trying to find the remaining Horcruxes. Harry's talking to this goblin. He's trying to get the sword of Godric Gryffindor to try to break into Bellatrix Lestrange's vault at Gringotts Bank, because he is for damn sure that a Horcrux is in there, and it is. That is Helga Hufflepuff's cup. They break into Gringotts Bank to try to break into Bellatrix Lestrange's vault, and there's this really epic scene of Harry, Ron, Hermione, and them breaking in, trying to get Helga Hufflepuff's cup, and it's just intense from start to finish. Our characters are not safe. This is the shortest Harry Potter film, 2 hours and 10 minutes long. This film is nothing but a road trip film where no characters can stay anywhere. They have to constantly move. They're on the move throughout this entire film. And this film is totally epic. We get introduced to this dragon. This dragon is amazing. I want this dragon so bad. It's so awesome. When it breaks out of Gringotts Bank, it's just totally epic. And then all the characters are flying on it. It's so cool. I love it. The score by Alexandra Desplat is totally epic and awesome. When this film opens, it is one of the best openings in film history. We get the title, the logo, it's just the music, the score, the opening shot of Hogwarts is one of my favorite shots of all time. It sets the tone of the film, dark, depressing, and sad. We get a really intense scene with Harry, Ron, and Hermione returning to Hogwarts. Snape is headmaster. They're not welcome at Hogwarts. Dementors and Death Eaters are hunting the grounds of Hogwarts, looking for Harry. Like, oh my god, it's super intense. And then we get to meet a new character, Aberforth Dumbledore, Dumbledore's brother in the film. He has a couple of scenes in the film, and you could tell, like, what is up with him, because he's nothing like Dumbledore, but he's actually a really cool guy. I really liked Aberforth Dumbledore, really cool, interesting character. And they go back to Hogwarts. Neville brings them back in through an underground tunnel. And we're back to Hogwarts. The theme plays. Harry in this film is the leader. He's the Caesar of Hogwarts. Everybody looks up to Harry as frickin' Jesus. And it just leads to one of the best scenes in the film when Snape is looking for Harry. He knows Harry is there. He brings all the students in the Great Hall. And then Harry just comes out and he's like, all right, you know what? I'm here. Let's go. Battle up, bitch. David Yates directed this film incredibly well. Like, everything about this film is amazing. The dialogue is incredible. All these characters are great. It just leads into something incredible. Like, everything about the film and how it was directed is terrific. But now I gotta talk about the main villain, Voldemort, played by Ralph Fiennes. This is the film where Voldemort is the main antagonist, and Voldemort was amazing in Deathly Hallows Part 2. Ralph Fiennes is perfect casting for the role. All the scenes with Voldemort were amazing when he's getting in Harry's head and he's making these scary announcements like, "Give me Harry Potter and none shall be harmed." It's scary shit. Like, Voldemort gave me nightmares as a kid. Like, his costume, his makeup is terrific. Ralph Fiennes is very intimidating as the character. And then when Voldemort and his army show up at Hogwarts, like, oh my god, shit's about to get real. And then the rest of the film is a non-stop war film. All the students are joining in to help the teachers and Harry fight Voldemort's army. They build a shield around Hogwarts. It reminded me just of the Avengers Infinity War shield they built in Wakanda. 4 Horcruxes have been destroyed: Voldemort's ring, his diary, Helga Hufflepuff's cup, and Salazar Slytherin's locket, and now we gotta find Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem. We see the ghost of Rowena Ravenclaw appear, and there's a great dialogue scene between both of them, and then Ravenclaw was like, okay, you can find the diadem in the Room of Requirement, this place that doesn't exist on the Marauders map. Hermione destroys the Hufflepuff cup in the Chamber of Secrets. Great callback to the second film, which was awesome. And then the Room of Requirement, where Harry destroys the diadem, and it's just insane. And Crabbe dies in that battle, and Malfoy, he saves him. It's just really intense. This is where we get to the big deaths in the film. Hogwarts is screwed. Hogwarts is screwed. Just go home. Just go home. Voldemort's army now gets in, and then war breaks out. Death Eaters are destroying Hogwarts. Buildings are exploding. Buildings are crumbling. Wizards are fighting each other. It's insane. Oh my goodness. And there's a freaking snake. Which leads into the saddest scene. The saddest scene. 2 of the saddest scenes in the franchise. Snape! Snape's death is the saddest death in the entire series. The way Alan Rickman acts in him and Harry's relationship, Voldemort has to kill Snape because he believes that he is the true owner of the Elder Wand, and so he kills Snape to try to be the full owner of the Elder Wand. And it's just a heartbreaking death. It's really freaking sad. Snape and Harry, they've been at odds with each other throughout the entire series. And to see Snape die, it's so freaking sad. The score, and then he gives Harry a memory so he can look at the memory that he left Harry of him and Lily. He was trying to protect Harry this whole entire time, and that Snape was not the bad guy. Like, I feel really bad for Snape throughout this entire montage. Like, he's a really good guy. And then you do find out, like I said in the Half-Blood Prince review, that Dumbledore died for a reason. And he did. Like, he wanted Snape to kill him. Which leads to our 6th Horcrux in the film. That's Harry himself. He finds out through this memory that Voldemort has a hidden memory locked inside of Harry, and that the only way it could be destroyed is if Harry dies himself for the Horcrux to be destroyed. So Harry goes to Voldemort. Alright, Voldemort, kill me. And Voldemort does, says, Avada Kedavra! Harry's dead. He goes back in this memory. He sees Dumbledore in there. And then Dumbledore's just telling Harry that he had to die for this to happen. A Horcrux, part of Voldemort's body, was killed. and so Harry can go back and try to kill Voldemort with the last Horcrux. It's a great scene. As far as flaws with Deathly Hallows Part 2, I honestly had none. Like, this film was perfect to me. Is it short? Yeah, but it didn't bother me at all. 2 hours and 10 minutes was the perfect runtime to end this entire story. Like, maybe some story issues, some humor issues here and there, but really those are nitpicks. In the end, Harry Potter in the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is amazing. My favorite Harry Potter film by far. Everything about this film was flawless. It couldn't have ended the series off better, being action-packed, emotional, and just a lot of fun. On my rating scale, Harry Potter in the Deathly Hallows Part 2 gets a 5 out of 5 stars. Ren, thank you so much once again for inviting me over on your channel. I had such a fun time reviewing Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. And guys, if you want to find me over on YouTube, I'm Ryan O'Toole. I do movie reviews, I do Rotten or Fresh, my game show that Ren has been a part of, where I bring on a bunch of YouTubers and play a game on Rotten Tomatoes scores. It's a lot of fun. I do ranking videos and other movie-related content. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan O'Toole MR. I have a Stardust as well, Ryan Movie Review, Facebook, Ryan O'Toole Movies, Snapchat as well. I'm sure Ren will put all of my social media links down below in the description, so yeah, that's where you guys can find me.
Thank you so much, Ryan, once again. Guys, all his links will be in the description below. So now let's go to my thoughts on Deathly Hallows Part 2. Much like the difference between Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince, Part 1 and Part 2 of Deathly Hallows differ in a lot of ways. Mostly in the sense that Part 2 is frenetic. This film is fast-paced, it just gets going. There's nothing to set up, there's nothing to begin here. Everything is culminating in every sense. There's nothing to explain anymore. These characters are just going. You are in them, you are in this moment with them, in this journey, and everything is coming to a head. Which results in 2 bombastic hours of raw drama, amazing action, and character moments that we've come to know that define this franchise. And this film picks up right where Part 1 left off, with our heroes going on to infiltrate the caves underneath Gringotts with the help of Griphook. And I have a really weird relationship, not necessarily with Part 2 as a whole, but with this scene, because I watch all the Harry Potter movies every freaking year. Once. And for some reason, I always expect this scene in Part 1. It's not until we're near the end of Part 1 that I realize, oh no, wait, the scene with the dragon and the caves and the cup and whatnot, that's only coming in Part 2. So I don't know why I'm that weird. It's a really fun scene and the dragon is great, and our heroes escape in this dragon only to come to this lake and having to take all their clothes off, which is really cool actually. But to me, the moment that captures my attention the most rewatching this film is the betrayal of Griphook. As I said, this film is very fast-paced. There's no time to stop and to linger and to just breathe in the emotions that we're all feeling. But the betrayal of Griphook, as we start to feel that our heroes might just win something, might just have the littlest of wins in this big war, the betrayal of Griphook just... it kind of seems like everything is going to be crumbling down again and we're going to have no rope to grab ourselves onto. It's a reminder of how shitty things have been for our heroes and a reminder of how shitty things have come to be. But Ron, Hermione, and Harry meet up with Aberforth Dumbledore, who leads them into the secret tunnel into Hogwarts. They meet up with Neville, they meet up with all their family. Everyone is together. Harry's true family, they're all there, they're all at Hogwarts, his true home, and now our rebellion is ready to begin! Yeah! Wait, wrong franchise. I'm sorry. So Harry reveals himself in a chill-inducing moment as Snape is interrogating all the students of Hogwarts because he thinks they're hiding Harry but not telling Snape or any of the other members of Voldemort's army. And Harry grows tired of this. Harry just reveals himself, and he has one of the best moments in this entire franchise.
How dare you stand where he stood? Tell them how it happened that night. Tell them how you looked him in the eye, a man who trusted you and killed him. Tell them.
If that doesn't send chills of enthusiasm down your spine, I don't know what will. Yes! Yeah! And speaking of enthusiasm, the moment when Minerva McGonagall steps in between Harry and Snape and starts to battle Snape to the death, it seems. This is a moment that shows you why we love these characters, no matter how little they are sprinkled throughout all of these movies so far. This is a moment of pure pleasure. Minerva McGonagall, you're amazing. Maggie Smith, you're fantastic. I'm sorry I haven't spoken so much of you in these reviews, because you're awesome. And from the moment McGonagall raises the statues, the invasion of Hogwarts begins. There's no moment to breathe from then on. There's urgency in every freaking breath these characters take. And while Ron and Hermione go down to the Chamber of Secrets and are able to destroy another Horcrux, Voldemort is able to destroy the barrier protecting Hogwarts, and freaking Draco is destroying the Room of Requirement from within. Urgency, and again, everything is going to shit despite the littlest of victory that our heroes might achieve. And as soon as Voldemort steps into Hogwarts, he kills Snape. Look, I've been speaking throughout these reviews that there's one moment in all these films where I tear up. And I do. This is the moment where I cry. This is a moment where I bawl like a bitch. And this is a moment when I first watched this film. Snape is my favorite character. This is the defining moment for Snape. We learn all about his true motivation. It enriches his character throughout the previous movies, enriches the previous movies as a whole and what he was doing in those films. We learn so freaking much about Snape. We learn about how much he loved Lily Potter. We love how big the self-punishment that he put onto himself throughout his whole life was. And we learn that by protecting Harry, he was vicariously saving Lily, or at least her memory. This was his whole life. This was his whole purpose. And if that doesn't bring tears to your eyes, if that doesn't break your heart, I don't know what does. That might not be a more emotional moment in the whole of this franchise, be it a death or not. Snape is the freaking best. But of course, those are not enough hearts broken. Harry freaking Potter has to die. But this is a scene that refills our hearts and reassembles the little pieces that our hearts are, and shows us that Harry was inadvertently a Horcrux. He meets Dumbledore in Limbo, and we learn that by dying once, it was a little piece of Voldemort inside him that actually died, and not Harry. And I gotta say, when I rewatched this film, this has gotta be one of the most underrated twists of all time. Now, maybe people saw it coming. That's always half and half with twists, but the first time I watched this film, I was shocked, to be honest. It's that good. That's one of the best pieces of storytelling and lore in the whole Harry Potter saga. And cathartically so again when they bring Harry's body to Hogwarts to display him in front of his family and friends. We have the man who would have been Harry Potter in another alternate universe, Neville, stepping up and inspiring us all that Harry doesn't need to be alive for them to keep fighting. He doesn't need to be alive for them to keep going and trying to win and trying to destroy evil. Good on you, Neville. Although Harry kind of kills his moments when he's actually not dead. So, turns out you actually need Harry Potter. And from then on, an epic battle ensues with Mama freaking Weasley being a badass.
Not my daughter, you bitch!
As well as Remus and many others making the ultimate sacrifice, and we have Harry Potter and Voldemort dishing out everything they have against each other. And we see Voldemort dying like this was Infinity War, and he just fades to dust, and it's honestly a really sad moment. We just have this shot of Harry looking on, and my god, he's dying, and it's horrific to see how he's dying. Nobody else in this franchise died like that so far. There's this moment afterwards where Harry's walking into Hogwarts and looking around to his friends, and he sees some of them dead, he sees some of them ending their wounds, and it comes across as this moment where we know, and the filmmakers know, we should be able to breathe, it's all over, it's all peaceful now, but somehow it doesn't feel like a win. That scene alone is the proof of how effective not only this film, but everything that has come before has been. So Harry breaks the wand and he throws it away, and this is where we come to my one issue with this film, because I'm sorry, but the final scene with them grown up with their kids and sending them into Hogwarts doesn't work for me. I don't believe this makeup. I don't believe Ron's beer belly. I don't believe Draco's balding. I don't believe Harry's minimal sideburns. And trust me, I know a lot about minimal facial hair. I don't have a lot myself. I just don't buy it. I don't believe that Warner Brothers, a freaking major studio in Hollywood with an 8-film franchise, didn't have better makeup, or screw it, better CGI to make these actors look older. It's my one issue. I won't say it completely takes me out, but it's something I never can stop notice. But all in all, this is the ultimate culmination that this franchise deserves. It's filled with character moments. We get enrichment of characters, of story, of lore. We get great action. We get great raw drama. We get a great conclusion to a great hero, to a great villain. It feels like a really complete story with nothing missing. Nothing feels that it was easy to earn, and this franchise earned it all. This is the peak of David Yates for me. I'm going to give Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 an A. Now guys, what did you think about Deathly Hallows Part 2? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you thought of this journey through the Harry Potter films. I'm so happy I've done these, and now I have my entire Harry Potter collection right here on this channel, and tomorrow I'm going to bring you my review for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I want to thank all my YouTube friends who joined me in this saga, let's say, and I want to thank all my YouTube friends who will join me in future sagas, maybe to review X-Men next year. And thank you guys for watching all of this. If you haven't, I have a playlist linked at the end of this video, where you can find all the Harry Potter reviews on my channel. Once more, thank you so much, and so until the next review, stay beautiful, stay geeky, and if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and click the bell so we can be geeky united!